Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a Spicy Brew 3 infinite combos in one deck. And using the new card here, Basil, the Cabaretti Loudmouth, also known as Flash Thompson from the Spider-Man set. If you're playing in paper, this is 2 mana for 2/2. It's got Flash, and when it enters you choose one or both to tap target creature or untap target creature. So decent combat trick. You can kind of stall and use this card to tap your opponent's creatures, untap your own creatures. But we're going infinite with a 3-card combo. Ghired, the Mirror of the Wilds, which lets you all your non-token creatures tap to create a token that's a copy of a target token you control that entered the battlefield this turn. And the Apprentice's Folly. So these 3 cards together will create an infinite combo. So the Apprentice's Folly creates you choose a non-token creature you control, and you create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary, and it has haste. So that's exactly what you want to do. So instead of just explaining this, I'm going to just demo it playing against Sparky. So let's see that combo in action. Okay, so here is the Apprentice's Folly on Basil with Ghired, infinite combo. You play the Apprentice's Folly, which will copy the Basil, and then that will create a token copy of it that can untap things. You can also tap your opponent's creatures if you want to, but the important thing is that you just untap your own creatures, and anytime Ghired or any of your other creatures you can use to create a copy of it, and then that will again let you tap all your opponent's creatures down if you want to, but most importantly let you untap the thing that is making the copy of it. So we can tap all of our opponent's creatures down, untap this, and of course you can use all your other creatures too to do this, but let's just say you just had Ghired out. You could do it this way and make infinite number of these tokens. So eventually you can tap all your opponent's creatures down, make this a little faster, and these all, as you can see, have haste as well. So let's quickly make a bunch of these, and it's a lot of clicks. I mean, it's not too many clicks, so that is somewhat of good news about this. 7 taps. You can really make an infinite number of them, and then just swing for the win. So that is the Basil infinite combo with the Apprentice's Folly and Ghired. Okay, so let's talk about the next infinite combo we have here, and a similar one to that, which is Fear of Missing Out, Ghired, and the Apprentice's Folly, or you can use the Jolly Balloon Man. Fear of Missing Out, when you have Delirium, it lets you attack and give you an extra combat step, and also lets you untap a creature. So if you have any creature here that can tap to create a token copy of it, again, you can get an extra combat step and keep attacking with basically infinite copies of Fear of Missing Out, as long as you have a hasted token copy of it, which again the Apprentice's Folly does, as well as Jolly Balloon Man you can use to go infinite with FOMO there. So let's demo that combo now. Okay, and here is the Fear of Missing Out, Ghired, Apprentice's Folly. This works with other token creators as well, but with the Folly you make a copy of the FOMO, and then it needs to have Delirium, so it's a little, trickier than with the Basil combo. But if you have Delirium with it, then all you do is you can create a bunch of copies of the copy of the FOMO, and then you do have to discard a card every time you go through this loop, which is a little annoying. Requires a lot of clicks in that regard, but it does let you attack with infinite FOMOs and win that way. So let me just show you how this works. And so we can attack with all of these, and then all of these will let you untap these other things that tap to create copies of them. So these are all attacking, and now you just create more copies of them. Again, you do have to discard every time you do this. So it is, I guess, limited by the number of cards in your library in that regard. But it'll give you another combat step after this. So we've got 4 coming in. They can block. Oh, Sparky's playing tricks on me. It was indestructible. Okay. Oh gosh. Well, that's gonna be annoying. But anyways, we can still we can still win through this because we're gonna have 3 attackers every single time. In theory, they'll do enough damage to get through all their tokens here, but this way we need to. Let's see. If this thing's gonna be indestructible, it'll be able to block every single time, so it'll kind of negate one of our attackers. But this shouldn't take too long.
That's going to leave a mark.
So we get another combat. Just keep doing this, and let's just do this until Sparky gives up. Untap, make more copies of FOMO, ditch a card, and keep clicking. And yeah, you can't do this with the Jolly Balloon Man. That is sort of the one thing you don't need to be non-legend, or this isn't a legend as it is, so you can make other token copies of it for this to work. Our opponent just seems to not be, not really blocking at all for whatever reason, which is nice. So anyways, you just have to click on all of the tokens and yep, keep making more until you win. Alright, so that's how you go infinite with the FOMO combo. Okay, and our last infinite combo is just a 2-card combo. This is between Terra, Magical Adept, and the Apprentice's Folly. If you have this out and you have the Apprentice's Folly out, if you flip Terra over into Esper Terra, which is 6 mana to do, that its first ability creates a token that's a copy of target non-legendary enchantment you control. And if it's Saga, you can put 3 lore counters on it. But essentially, you are going to create a non-legendary copy of Esper Terra, which can then infinitely copy itself over and over again and give itself infinite copies with haste. So let's do a demo of that 2-card combo. Okay, so here is the infinite Terra combo with the Apprentice's Folly. You need to have this out and then have a copy of Terra that you can flip. Last turn I'd made a copy of this. This is a non-legendary copy of Terra, but that doesn't matter too much. Flip over Terra, and then you are going to get Esper Terra, and then it asks you how many lore counters do you want on the created token. You can say 0 because we are just going to copy the Apprentice's Folly, and now you just keep copying. It creates a non-legendary version of it, and then you keep targeting itself over and over again. You can just go 0 because it doesn't really matter, and this just keeps copying the non-legendary one over and over again. And yeah, you should easily just get up to a lethal attack, and then when you have a lethal board here, you can just go copy anything that's not this. So the Apprentice's Folly itself, and then that will end this combo because these are all tokens, and you can just swing for the win. So that one's pretty easy. It takes a lot less clicks than other infinite combos, but does go infinite with Terra. Okay, so those are the 3 infinite combos that we have in the deck. The rest of the deck is, trying to set up the combo with some mana acceleration and Llanowar Elves. The Huntsman Redemption is just a tutor, essentially. It can also give you a beast, pump your team, which could be useful. Mostly using this just to try to tutor the pieces. And then, again, the Jolly Balloon Man is a one-of you can find with the Huntsman's Redemption. And then removal in terms of Seam Rip, Get Lost, and Sheltered by Ghosts. Having a bunch of enchantments as your removal can be useful because of Terra, which can find these enchantments. Terra can also find Huntsman's Redemption and Fear of Missing Out and the Apprentice's Folly. So a very important card in the deck. And then mana base, kind of a 4-color stuff. mana base. We'll see how it goes. Starting Town does a lot of work in this deck. But yeah, that is the 3 infinite combos in one deck, and using the new Basil, let's jump some games and see it in action. A huge thank you to all my viewers who have joined my channel membership. I really appreciate all the support. Members get badges, emotes, and early access to all my videos. Click the link in the description below the video to join and get these perks today. Okay, opponent goes first. We'll try this. This hand has a bunch of different pieces, so it's pretty slow, but we'll give it a try. Alright, Stomping Ground on 1, and then we should probably play these Starting Towns on 2 and 3. Okay, a life gain kind of strategy here. Okay, Llanowar Elves, that's a good one. Let's see, Unholy Annex. Camera? Okay, life gain, demons, and life gain. Something going on there. Cool. Okay, Spirebluff Canal, I guess. What do we want to cast here, though? Redemption or Ghired? Ghired and attack. With it? Sure, I guess. Yeah, all that, yeah. I'm not 100% sure what I want to get with the Huntsman's Redemption. They'll also let me copy the token. Kinda cool. During Innocence. Okay. Alright, well. Go for it here. And then play the Starting Town. Make a bunch of copies of this. Of this token. Why not? Okay, if we've played our cards right, I think we can go infinite next turn. They don't disrupt us. I believe. So, got the Folly. Yep, I'm gonna gain a bunch of life. Make a big Amalia. Oh, sheltered. But never mind. Alright. Just attacking for the sake of attacking, I guess. Gonna gain some life and more triggers there, but yep. That warps out. Ooh, okay, Seam Rip. Yes, sacrifice a creature. I can Seam Rip this, or I can Seam Rip. Yeah, I can Seam Rip this. Okay, sacrifice 4. I can get the Ghired back, so I want to get a Basil. Like, I'm 1 mana short, I think, because if I Seam Rip this, then, which I'm definitely gonna do. Or no, that'll just put it back into play. Yeah, I think we're good. Yes, pay this. Pay the ward. And oh yeah, ward 2 because of the. Yeah, we'll pay that. I get this back. But now, yeah, we can set up for next turn, essentially. Yeah, okay. And then guess I can attack with these. A reason to not do that? Not really. Okay. And then now, next turn we can do this and this. Alright, case, sure. Deck is quite complex. Trying to go infinite. You can gain a bunch of life here, for sure. And warp in another one of these things, sure. And a voice. So I should do this now. In response. Do this. Tap. Creature. And untap creature. Sure. Alright, all those should resolve. Okay, warps out. Alright, and this will, let's just say, pump up my tokens here. Shouldn't matter too much. But yeah, let's go for it. So, Folly on Basil. Which then, and tap and untap. So we'll just tap this. Yeah, okay, well, they gave up to the infinite combo. Sweet, sweet. Didn't even have to do it. Nice. On to the next one. Alright, going first. Sure, we'll give this a try. Got some pieces here. Going to play tapped. Ooh, Lava Runner. Haven't seen that card in a bit. Play this and pass. See if they do anything else with haste. Bolt Wave, sure. Another Bolt Wave. Nice. We just tap this down or to just get lost it? So if I get lost it, it will go away completely next turn. I kind of want to play Terra or Huntsman's Redemption. You're like, what's going on? Get those. Let's just do this. Tap this down. Okay. Good draw. Terra, I think, or should we go Huntsman's Redemption? Because if I sacrifice the token, I can get Ghired, potentially. Which would be good. But I'm not sure that's exactly... let's go Terra. I want to kind of trade off the Terra also. Ooh, yes. There is the Folly. Let's attack. I really don't want to block with this thing. Alright, well, we got some options. Could shock that, though. Yeah, okay. And now... a hit. Could just burn me out here. It's definitely scary. I think I just go Huntsman's Redemption. Yep, let's do it. Land. Hack. Can I kill it? Okay. Well, it's dead. Good to know, good to know. Maybe this will hold off their attack. Maybe, maybe not. Nope. Alright, well, no tutoring for me. At least they've used all their burn... Oh, there's a Ghired anyways. On my creatures and not me. So I can play this. Maybe hope to block with it. Play a Terra. Alright. I think that's the plan. Play that. I can also shock this in. But that's essentially just taking a hit from this anyways, so... Let's do this. See if they have a lightning strike. Oh, screaming nemesis. Okay. Well... I guess we take the hit. We gotta get lost for that, actually, so it's not bad. Alright, well, we're down to 6, and play Terra. Seam Rip or FOMO? I think we go FOMO, Seam Rip. I'm not too worried about their lava runner doing anything at this point. But we really do need to get lost that for sure. Now, do we hold the land so the FOMO can discard it? Probably. Let's just pass here. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I actually have the combo here. Let them go to attacks. I think I messed this up. Okay. Let's see if they let me go to blocks. Well, if they have... Gosh. I just thought about a few things. One, do I want to just go for the Terra combo? Probably. That's just easier than trying to find something else. Alright, let's do this, because we know we're going to do this. And then this block here. Sure. Okay, well, we're at 6. And we can make a copy of Terra. Actually, can we do everything here? So FOMO plus... This is 4 and a 4. So yeah, we can go FOMO, Apprentice's Folly. Yeah, I think we can win. Alright. Pay the life, FOMO. So many combos in this deck. Even I'm like, what is going on? Alright. Apprentice's Folly. On the FOMO. Now we go infinite. Alright, sweet, sweet. Swing. And untap this. Untap this. Doesn't matter. Make more copies of these. And they all have haste, so they can keep attacking. Alright, we did it. Infinite attacks. Infinite FOMOs. So many infinite combos. You just don't know what to do. Yep. Alright, sweet, sweet. On to the next one. Okay, opponent goes first. Wow, this hand is pretty darn good. So can't complain. Yeah, let's go. Let's go Stomping Ground. Let's try to think which land. Play on 1. This way we can play the Ghired on 2. Because with the forest you can't. Alright, that's a pretty good start for them. definitely be a problem here. That's definitely a problem. Okay. Should we play the Ghired? Could play the Jelly Balloon Man. Play this to tap this down. I guess we just play this. Get it down. Maybe hold it back as a blocker in theory. They have like a 2/2 haster. Just have to survive here basically, but I'm not confident I'm going to live past this turn. Depends on what's in their hand. They have a bunch of burn or something like that. Opponent gives it the nice. Okay, planes. Ay, ay, ay. So that's 8 in the air. Let's see if they have anything else. And anything? Oh, okay, no. So down to 5. So you're saying there's a chance. Let's just do this tapped and then pass, I think. Hold up this and then hope to go infinite next turn. I guess I could have attacked and then untapped this with that, but whatever. We either go infinite here. Okay. This is still their main phase. Just stop at combat and just make sure. Alright. We are going to do this. Resolve. Tap a creature. Tap this down. Oh gosh. Oh, of course. Restoration magic. Okay. Alright, well. So close. Okay, going first. This hand looks keepable. Lead with this bunch of removal spells, but we'll see. They are at all useful. Might not be. Against this, I think we'll play a FOMO and ditch Seam Rip, probably. That puts an enchantment in the yard. Yeah, I don't know if these removal spells will do anything against control deck. Okay. Well, that turns off the FOMO, but it doesn't turn off the other combo. So we go Ghired here. Gosh, we can't really play around a sweeper. Let's just go beat down. And we can go Huntsman's Redemption. Get a 3/3, maybe tutor for something, maybe just try to hack for the win. Consult the star chart. Main phase. Okay. They must have some sort of like 1 mana removal that they're looking for, if that's the case. Well, we can hit them down to 10, play Huntsman's Redemption. Alternatively, we could play Huntsman's Redemption, use these to copy the token, which would then give us 3, that would be 3 and 3 additional next turn. This will go down to 10, and then we'd have 6, 7, 8. So neither of those would be a lethal attack next turn. That would be 9 plus 5. do one short, so we might as well just attack. And play the Huntsman's Redemption. And hope they don't have a sweeper. I guess if they had like one-to-one removal, it would have been better to just copy it. I see, yeah. Careless Snare. We can get lost that though, can't we? I don't think there's a reason to sacrifice anything right now. I think we decline. We go... Oh no, that's an artifact. Ah. Never mind. Okay. For some reason... thought it was something else. Alright, well... we're just going Huntsman's Redemption beatdown. I mean, if they had a Day of Judgment, they would have played it last turn. Like, almost certainly, right? There are 5 mana sweepers they could have, too. Okay. Don't see them casting it. Maybe they try to play a blocker and we take it down. Okay, yeah, Visa. Go to 9. But this should be enough, I think. We go pump and pump. No sacrifice. Unless, is there something we want to get? I mean, if we get a Ghired or a Basil to tap down something, but any reason to get anything? I don't think so. I have double white as well, so I can cast both these, get lost. Alright, decline. And we just go get lost here. And then whichever other one they block, we can just get lost it. Block this, block this. Actually, yeah, they don't have enough toughness to even win, because this is just 9 here. As it is, right? Yeah. Alright, good game. Nice. On to the next one. Okay, going first, but no green mana. Could play the FOMO and try to find green mana. I'm gonna mulligan that. Alright, this is a little better. I guess we'll put back a Terra. Not much better, but it is better. You can play the Terra, maybe the Folly at some point. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's go Mountain, play the FOMO, and ditch. What do we want to ditch? The Redemption, I guess? Yeah, I might find another one with the Terra. Okay. Oh. Found what we wanted to search for anyways, so yeah. That works. Okay, that's dead. Alright, there's an elf. Pay the life. Do we go for Ghired? I think we just go Terra here. In case they have more removal. I think it's better than just remove this. Sheltered, I guess. Let's get the FOMO, because I don't know if they're going to have any targets for that sheltered. Whoa, this card looks kind of weird. Okay. So we can go FOMO, we can go Apprentice's Folly. We do these, both of these. Let's just do that. Could they have a Day of Judgment? Yeah, they certainly could. But I'm not going to play around it because I don't know. What's the point, really? You gotta, let's see. This and that leaves up that, right? Okay. We also have this and this, but we don't have the instant in the graveyard. Alright. Let's just go for it. Beatdowns and pray no sweeper. Alright, oh, there's carrot cake. So we can make some copies of Terra if we want to. It might be helpful. Oh, okay, they just gave up. Alright, well, take it, I guess. Okay, opponent goes first. I guess we'll keep this hand. It's not amazing, but it's missing a white source. Oh, there we go. Let's do this tapped. Can ditch one of these Terras or the Huntsman's Redemption. Alright, there's a FOMO. Okay, Reanimator deck. That is certainly scary. Let's do a FOMO of our own and then ditch the Terra, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, does it get lost at least? I have to hold that up if they try to reanimate next turn. Let's see what they do. And they are going to return that. Okay, so they don't actually have a target next turn. So we don't have to hold that up, which is nice. So we could play a Terra of our own. Or Huntsman's Redemption. Try to set up a combo. Not really sure what I want to get with it. I'll play the Terra. And take Seam Rip. Pass. Let's see what they do. Two of our combo pieces in the yard, unfortunately. Okay, nothing and pass. Alright. Guess I'm not complaining about that. Seam Rip their guy. We could play Huntsman's Redemption, looking for combo piece. Could do FOMO and Seam Rip. FOMO and Llanowar Elves probably is the best play, actually. Let's do that. Let's go. I don't really care about them having a FOMO in play. I mean, I could attack past it, but we're trying to just set up our combo. So this is the best way to do that, I think. Ditch the Seam Rip. Try to find something. Nope. Okay. With Elf. And pass. I need to find a Ghired and a way to make a token. Then we can go infinite that way. Not sure what opponent is doing here. taking their time. Yep. What they're doing, not sure. Again, taking their time. Yeah, okay, timeout used. Okay. Gotta get something back. Their own Terra. Which returns Overlord. Okay. Nice. Pass the turn. Alright. Oh, well, there's Ghired. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance of something here. Take this out, maybe. With the seam rip. Although, all of these require... Can we do two things? Yeah, I guess we can, actually. If we play this and this, yeah, that works. Okay. Let's go Ghired plus Huntsman's Redemption. Make a ton of tokens. Oh, spell pierced. Alright. That is unfortunate. I guess I'll just hold back then. We'll see if we can find another combo piece. Anything... we need the Apprentice's Folly to go infinite with FOMO. Okay. Attack with this guy. There's like a double block with two FOMOs. Is there a reason not to do that? Not really. I can't really think of one. You can also flip Terra next turn to make copies of Fear of Missing Out. This can attack. Let's do that. Yeah, let's ditch the land, I think. And there's the Apprentice's Folly. Okay, sweet. And now, this is not a token, but this is a token, so we could make token copies of FOMO if we wanted to. And these would... These are permanent copies, correct? I think so. So let's ditch the seam rip. Okay, well that makes me more likely want to ditch this land. And then... Okay, we'll just not attack. Alright, well, should have the win next turn. But they can probably do some scary stuff too. Nope, alright, they give up. GG. Okay, going first. His hand is good, but it doesn't have any white mana in it. I'll try it. I got a FOMO I can maybe use to potentially search for white mana. I can also... What do I discard here? Let's discard the other FOMO, or maybe the forest? No, let's not do the forest, but... Other FOMO or Ghired? Both of those are... Or the Huntsman's Redemption. But that could, in theory, find a source of mana, so... I'll just get rid of the other FOMO. Okay, probably should have got rid of the forest. Okay, props. Yep. Alright, there it is. Got our mana. And now... Go Ghired, I think. So this can find... Let's see, we need to find Apprentice's Folly for that to work. Alright, we'll get down to Ghired. Swing. See what happens. Okay. Swamp. And FOMO of their own. Another Basil. I think we get down the token here and just make a bunch of copies of it. I think that's the plan. Do this, play the land, and pass. And now we can zombify. Oh, Arden. I didn't even realize that they had an Arden in there. And they got a FOMO. That's pretty good. These cards are very good together. Swing and swing. Oh gosh. These have menace. Could double block this thing. That's coming back. Guess we'll double block here. Although, do I not want to put it in my graveyard? Maybe double block the token. Let's double block the token. Alright, so we need to top deck. Let's see, should we get rid of the FOMO? At least 3 3s. Get rid of one of the tokens. Find Terra. Unless... We need to find the Apprentice's Folly to combo off here. It's basically our one chance survival. Okay, white, green, black, yeah, okay. Alright, and missed on the Folly. Although actually we could have gone for a Jolly Balloon Man, that might have been better. Although we were pretty far from getting Delirium. Okay. Tap this down, but we need to save it to tap down this. Can get in for some damage though, but pass the turn. Yeah, having no answer to this, it's no good. did have delirium. Let's see what they got. Name's human, goes for Kefka. Okay. Each player discards a card, then you draw a card for each card type. Sure. Could ditch one of those or the land. I would probably say the land. I'm trying to think, is there a reason we need the land? Alright. Go to combat. Get back the summon. Yep. Let's see what they do. I gotta get back my own Ghired? Sure. Okay. That's fine. And now I'm gonna play this and tap something. What with the Ghired? Interesting. Tap. Maybe the FOMO or this. I don't know. They both. I guess I don't really mind. This is gonna just. I can create a token copy of that anyway, so we'll go do this. I tap the FOMO. They can just tap it to make another copy of this thing, I think. Yep. Oh, it's legendary. I see. Okay, so they got rid of the one that I tapped. They're not going to attack. Okay. Okay, so we still have a game. Pumping things. So I want to attack with anything. This. And maybe this. Those. So now we have delirium, but we don't have a way to make a token copy of anything. I think I'll wait till the beginning of combat to take out something here. Could attack with this, but no, I don't really have any great plays either. Yeah, I think we just have to pass as well. Okay, this is very awkward. But if we draw the Apprentice's Folly, then we should go infinite here. Didn't hit it with the Terra, that's what I was hoping. Zombify that. Sure. Let that resolve. Kills the Terra. Understandable. Okay, that's down. It's quite the epic game. There's a FOMO. Sure. That resolves. Now to make sure I take this thing out at the beginning of combat. Otherwise they're gonna get back some more stuff. Which I don't want to have to deal with. So, no. Do that. No, stop. Stop. How come I didn't get a stop? They're only targeting the Mako? Alright, well, at least they're only doing that. Okay, +1 there. I mean, I can't do it anything now. Oy oy oy. attack with this. 4, 5. We should tap down that then. Or take out the Kefka, because when it attacks... Or attacks, yeah, okay. Alright, I'll take down the Kefka then. Okay, more Macos. More Macos. More Macos. 4 Macos. Yeah, I can't do anything against that. Not gonna attack with that. I mean, I can double block some of them. Alright. Didn't quite find it. Alright, welcome back to the wrap-up for our infinite combos starring the new Basil here, which was pretty cool. This deck was, you know, had kind of like a 50% win rate when I was playing it on the ladder. Not great, I wouldn't say. I do feel like it could be improved in some ways, though. I'm not 100% sold on the Huntsman's Redemption. It does synergize with a lot of things in terms of it creating a token for Ghired and also being able to be found by Terra. But maybe there's a better tutor, or if they come out with better tutors in the future, this deck could be pretty powerful, I would say. I mean, these infinite combos are pretty good, and you can jam them all in the same deck, and the cards by themselves are not terrible, so could be something to this. I mean, one of the big problems is kind of the mana bases, you know, clunky, and kind of a little inconsistent, but, you know, if we had more starting towns, that would be pretty good. Yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think about the deck, any other improvements that could be made to it, or any other ideas, but just wanted to jam all these combos together. It was certainly fun to try to pull them off, and hope you enjoyed the video. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.